Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hello and welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. Today, we're going to really look into a sensitive topic that many parents grapple with during the divorce process: sharing the reasons for the divorce with their children. As we know, divorce is extremely challenging and, it's an emotionally charged experience for families, especially when there are children involved. As parents, we often struggle with how much to disclose to our children about the reasons behind the divorce. So, how do we navigate this delicate conversation with our kids? Well, it's important to approach the topic with honesty, empathy, and age-appropriate communication. While the details of the divorce may be too complex or distressing for younger children to understand, older children and teenagers may benefit from a more candid conversation about the reasons for divorce. When sharing the reasons for a divorce with your children, keep the following tips in mind. First, prioritize the emotional well-being of your children. Divorce can be a confusing and distressing experience for children, and they really need a reassurance that they are loved and supported by both parents, regardless of the circumstances. Be honest but tactful when discussing the reasons for the divorce. Avoid placing blame or assigning fault, as this can create feelings of guilt or resentment in your children. Instead, focus on explaining the situation in a neutral and non-confrontational manner. Encourage open dialogue and allow your children to ask questions. Be prepared to listen attentively to their concerns and emotions, and validate their feelings throughout the conversation. Reassure them that their thoughts and feelings are valid and that you are there to support them every step of the way. It's also important to emphasize that the decision to divorce is not their fault and that they are not responsible for fixing or resolving the situation. Children may internalize feelings of guilt or responsibility for their parents' divorce. So it's, pretty important to provide reassurance and support during this challenging time. And you might want to consider seeking support from a family therapist or counselor who can help facilitate constructive conversations and provide guidance on how to support your children throughout the divorce process. Above all, remember, the way you handle the conversation about divorce can have a lasting impact on your children's emotional well-being. By approaching the topic with honesty, empathy, and sensitivity, you can help your children navigate this difficult transition with, grace and time. I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or any other financial planning issues, please reach out to me. Email, call, information's in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, take care.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.